Credit card companies made $176 billion last year. Not from interest, not from late fees, from something you don't even know you're paying. They've convinced you that responsible cardholders beat the system. You don't. And by the end of this report, you'll know exactly why. Sterling here. Let's expose the money. You probably think credit card companies make money from people who can't pay their bills. The ones carrying balances, missing payments, drowning in debt. That's the story they want you to believe because it keeps you from seeing the real con. I spent 2 weeks reading earnings reports from Visa, mastercard, American Express, and Discover, analyzing their revenue streams, following the money through the fine print. What I found isn't just surprising, it's designed to stay hidden. 5 revenue streams. Most people know about 2. The other 3, that's where the real money is. Even if you pay your balance in full every month, you're making them rich, and they're betting you'll never figure out how. Let's break it down, revenue stream by revenue stream. Revenue stream 1, interest charges, the obvious one. Average APR in America, 21%. Sounds profitable, right? Wrong. Here's what they don't tell you about credit card debt. Total U.S. credit card debt, $1.13 trillion. Sounds massive, but here's the problem. 30% of that debt defaults. Bankruptcy, non-payment, write-offs. For every dollar they collect in interest, they lose 30 cents. Add collection costs, legal fees, customer service for problem accounts. Interest profit margins are thin. Sometimes they lose money on debt. So if the debt game isn't that profitable, where's the $176 billion coming from? That's where it gets interesting. Revenue stream 2, merchant fees. This is the empire. Every time you swipe your card, someone pays a fee. Not you, the store. It's called an interchange fee, 2 to 3% of every purchase. You buy a $100 pair of shoes, the store gives Visa $3. Now scale that. 46 billion credit card transactions per year in the US alone. Visa and MasterCard processed $14 trillion in 2023. 3% of $14 trillion, $420 billion. Not all of that goes to Visa and MasterCard. It's split between networks, banks, and processors. But here's the key. This fee is charged on every transaction. Whether you pay your balance, whether you carry debt, whether you're responsible or reckless, they get paid every time. And here's the beautiful part for them. You never see this fee. The merchant absorbs it, builds it into their prices, which means you pay it. You just don't realize it personally. Let me show you what this actually costs you personally. Average American spends $30,000 per year on credit cards. Merchants paid 2.5% average in fees. That's $750. Merchants don't eat that cost. They raise prices. You pay $750, you just never get a bill that says it. Revenue stream 3, the rewards trap. You're thinking, but I get 2% cash back. I'm beating them. Let me destroy that myth right now. Credit card companies spend $50 billion per year on rewards programs. That sounds like a lot until you remember they're collecting $420 billion in merchant fees. They're spending 12% of revenue on rewards and getting you to spend drastically more in return. MIT study, people with rewards cards spend 12 to 18% more than cash users. Same people, same income, just give them points and they spend more. So they give you back 2%, but you spend 15% more. On $30,000 in spending, that's $4,500 in additional purchases. They generate $113 in additional merchant fees from your increased spending, and they paid you $600 in rewards to get you to do it. You're not beating the system, you're the system. But it gets worse. Revenue stream 4, your data, the one they don't advertise. Every swipe creates a data point. Where you shop, what you buy, when, how much. Credit card companies aggregate this data, anonymize it, supposedly. Then they sell it to retailers, advertisers, data brokers, and hedge funds. The data industry is worth $212 billion globally. Credit card transaction data? That's premium, real-time, accurate. Retailers pay for foot traffic data. Hedge funds pay for spending trends before earnings reports. American Express's Business Insights division, they don't just process payments, they sell intelligence. When Target knows you're pregnant before you tell your family, credit card data. You signed away these rights in the user agreement. Page 47, subsection C, the one nobody reads. Your spending habits are a product, and you're giving them away for 2% cash back. Exact revenue? They don't disclose it separately. It's buried in other revenue streams. But analysts estimate it's 15 to 20 billion annually across the industry, and growing because your data gets more valuable every year. Revenue Stream 5, Fees and Penalties, the nickel and dime operation. Late fees, annual fees, balance transfer fees, cash advance fees, foreign transaction fees. $32 billion per year in penalty fees alone. The average late fee, $41 for being 1 day late on a $30 minimum payment. Annual fees on premium cards up to $695. And here's the genius part. They've convinced you that these fees are worth it because of the rewards. A card with a $500 annual fee that gives you 3% cash back, you need to spend $16,667 just to break even. And guess what? When you spend that much, they make even more in merchant fees. You can't win. The game is designed that way. Here's the part that should make you angry. Credit card companies aren't in the lending business anymore. They're in the transaction business. 70% of credit card revenue comes from fees you don't see. Merchant fees, data sales, transaction volume. Interest and penalties, 30%, and shrinking. Which means the responsible cardholder who pays in full every month, you're not gaming the system. You're their best customer. You generate merchant fees, you create valuable data, you spend more because of rewards, and you cost them nothing in defaults, collections, or customer service. The perfect customer. So what do you do with this information? Some people will tell you to cut up your cards, go cash only. That's not realistic, and honestly, that's not the point. The point is, know what you're actually paying for. Every swipe generates 3 revenue streams: merchant fees, data collection, behavior modification. You're not just borrowing money, you're selling your spending habits and subsidizing an entire industry. If you're going to use credit cards, use them strategically. Pay in full, don't chase rewards you don't need, and understand that convenience has a cost you pay, whether you see the bill or not. $176 billion last year. That money came from somewhere. It came from you. Now you know how. That's the report. Sources for everything in this report are in the description. Do your own research, question everything, including me. I'll see you in the next one.